Every year, millions of young minds quietly they realize or they believe they realize that they're not math people. I have been teaching for 25 years mathematics, different levels. Many of those people, many of those humans, students, they never recover. They continue in the cycle of saying, I am not good at math. And this is really not true. Teachers, teachers are the ones that needs to come in and play the game and play the game hard in order to change that trending. So I refuse to accept that statement. For many, many years, students struggle in math because many of them, they have a false belief about learning. One of the solutions is to have a framework in mathematics, something that you can apply it effectively. And in this video, I'm going to show you what is my framework, what is my suggestion to teachers and also to learners. And what is that framework? Welcome to a Spark. This is the Spark framework. Every time that you're going to teach a content, a topic, a subject, every time that you're going to learn anything, you need to know how that information will be delivered to you. Because if you don't know how the information will be delivered, you have no idea the magnitude of your learning, the magnitude of your achievements. Every subject that you're going to learn or every subject that you're going to teach needs a framework. I want to share with you today Spark. Spark is my framework as a math teacher for 20 plus 25 years. So it's very simple. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 components. I call them a Spark because S is for see it. P is for prove it. A is for anchor it. R is for rehearse. And K is for Kindle It. So this is basically the way we learn, and this is the way I teach. So students need to see it. Students need to prove it. The students need to anchor it in a long way, in a long period of time. The students need to imitate. The students need to rehearse. This is Sparkle. So I'm going to show you what is see it in mathematics. The first phase of the Spark cycle is see it. What is this? You cannot start with a function. You cannot start with an equation. You cannot start with a formula in mathematics. So you have to start with a concrete image. Let's say the slope of the line. You cannot come with that slope of the line. Line is a geometrical object. It's an abstract object in some kind of sense. You cannot start your conversation saying, today we are going to learn the slope of the line. This is totally incorrect, ineffective, with all respect. You have to show the student something that they know. Make every mathematical idea visible before that idea becomes a symbol. So addition, for example, subtraction, the basic operations. Do you believe that the people went to school and learned how to count before going to a market and start counting? No. That's not the way we learned. That's not the way our brain learned. Our brain learns in the following way. You experience the events, and then you study the events, and then is when you make conclusions about the events. And this is in every learning process. If you are a teacher or you are a learner, you need to see the slope the inclination of a hill in front of your house in a mountain before I come with the formula m is equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or the Greek letter delta y over delta x. So remember this, foresee it. Make every mathematical idea visible before it becomes a symbol. Use blocks, fractions bars, algebra tiles, multiple representation of the same idea. Use technology, use dynamic visualization, use GeoGebra, use Desmos, use computer programs to generate dynamic presentations. This is super important. And this is see it. What is after that? After that, we are going to prove it. What is prove it? It's another process. It's a process when the learner start wrestling with the topic. Let's say that they, for the first time, see the line represented on the coordinate system. Let's say that. And you decide to ask them to select 2 points over the lines. All of these structures, all of this conversation is abstract, totally abstract. But this is when the learners start fighting, start asking questions, struggle, understanding, creating the foundation, making mistakes. Because when they make mistakes, they become more powerful. And you, as a teacher, becomes more powerful. Key practices. You can start with a very low floor questions, and then you start moving to the high ceiling open task. You cannot skip, not even the simplest question. This is super important. Through it is the time to talk. It's the time to have a conversation in class without time limit. It's when you talk to the students and you ask them, what do you notice? Have you seen this before? How this connect with the previous images that we study in the see it cycle, in the see it phase of the spark cycle? The students start generating answer, conjectures, counter examples, proof like reasoning. It's a long process. And we cannot be stressed by the time. Because if we are stressed by the time, we stress the students, we stress learning, and learnings will not happen. This is the second part. What will be this third part? Anchor it. What is this? Now we know the slope from the image. We know the slope from reality, and we know the slope from the abstraction. We know that is beyond rise over run. I can say that this is changes in the y or changes in the x. When we are right there in the anchored, is when we show the students examples. When we increase the cognitive load, this is when we create procedures. So this is when procedural mathematics come to play. This is when we show working examples. This is when we construct summaries, concept maps, mind maps. This is when we name the idea. This is when the vocabulary comes to play. This is when the definition comes to play. And this is the time when the students will learn the examples and the non-examples. This is anchored. So it's probably the most fundamental phase in the cycle, because it's the one that without see it and prove it cannot exist. It's beautiful. One example can be an equation is a question. Solving means finding values to make it true. This is the type of conversation. We are constructing a dynamic dialogue. So, are you solving for X? Are you finding a solution? Or a number that satisfies the expression entirely. This is anchor it. And after that, we are ready to start to rehearse. This is when the student immediately needs to start playing the game. You need to give the students space. And you need to ask the students to take time to practice, to pull ideas back from memory, back from the anchored phase, back from the prove it phase, back from the see it. And they have to start creating their own pace. Every student, every learner has a different pace. And the rehearse is that phase in the spark cycle in the learning process that the students will understand if they need to go back to the anchor phase, if they need for a moment to rescue some background information. So rehearse is imitation. This is when they are by themselves, no more mom and dad. They have to face the reality. And what is the last part of the cycle? Kindle. Kindle is motivation, identity, fascination. So you cannot learn anything if you're not very well motivated. You cannot learn anything if you don't feel that right here in your heart. If you don't feel fascination, I like that word, fascination, that you say that the time doesn't exist when you're learning that particular topic. This is when you, as a learner, start growing. And your mind start growing. The brain grows when the brain struggles. This is when you start building your identity as a learner. This is when you are ready for real questions. This is when you're ready for modeling. This is when you're ready to start integrating different fields of the same subject or integrating with other subjects. This is the end of the learning process. And finally, when you put together, see it, prove it, anchor, rehearse, Kindle, this is when you finally found the way to successfully learn everything in your life. If you like this video and you want to know more about my Spark teaching framework, learning framework, subscribe to this channel, give us a like, share, and I see you in the next video. Don't forget that Math Topics has a wonderful website with resources, and I will be increasing the number of resources with Spark Cycle. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.